Chabama Sija Tamaji Judo, Yonia Dabazo Sanji, Kovan Moshi, Jimmy Kovacha. The Shadow Dambisho number was Yambe. Kolo Jashu Sin Rumushi, there was a Davnes and Barashu.
Please attend to the teaching with proper correction or motivation. That's wanting to attain state of enlightenment in order to benefit all sentient beings, and for that very purpose we should pay attention to the teachings. Now amongst the 11 yogas of amongst the 11 yoga, now the 9th one, the mental and verbal recitation, they're counted as one.
Mande Jabala, and Tomo Timon to Javasari, Andela Timorang the Kain and Diva, Kanga Timayabuche, Tandi the Ori, things and Jato Timon to Jasiomari, Timon to Javala, really to be Timon. Yanam Buddhiste Buddhiste Hanji Lesia Rumoisa, then Buddhist Chamadi Ashuchimari. Kangal Karjana, Timon did it. Timon Tangala Jata Juji, Jata Juji Sanchen less, Tima Jata Juji, you do Tingo Resin Jadu, Jatambe Kakung Ju, Juki Kakung Ji, then do we don't we adjourn to the Kakung Lost Saburi, she and Kakung Sholu do we. There is a Jata Juji Tanga.
So now to begin with the recitation, it says that first of all to get the mala, required mala, or the rosaries. And since I think all of us have a set with us, and it says best is to have a made acquired from the bone, and second like the bodhisi and so on. But bodhisi, rosary from the bodhisi beads is the best, because it says with bodhisi one can accomplish all the action what one is trying to seek. Now the number of the beads in a rosary, we should try to have 111. So that will say, as if you say 100, then as to fulfill as against 100, then you will be saying 10 automatically, and out for 10 the 1. So 111, that will be a useful number to have in your mala.
Jubala Gavache, Juba Jeva on the Chini Chonji, Lache Choche, Sundoji, Jingo Kanta Kain, the Sundoji, Jejuri, the Nanjima goes so Bemaka on the Jejuri.
So
the Tojima de Jechori, in Andilla, Chon Jesu Mejevari, Jesu Mejeva, Sort, Pechiva Jesu Majevari. Jesu Mejevari, the Murchengi Kandi, Pundi Esonori.
So now before we start with the recitation, that sometimes we also do the Kecho, which means generation of the mal, each single beads into deity and making offerings to it and so on. But in this practice we do not do that, or we may not do it. That if you do so, then we generate the beads into the Vajra speech. For instance, like the Pema Karwang or Kandarohi. But in this case, let's say we need not do it.
Murchen Gandi be Punde Esuyores. Murchen
So Morchin, as he's one of the chronicle guru, he said that that to the recitation of mantra, then blow on your mala. But this mantra, listen please. Except that this mantra we just not had, and I request you to get mantra from tape from the cassettes here. That this mantra, that you say this mantra, and as it says blow, but not really blow, you just puff on it, okay, and then bless mantra. This mantra you will also find in the sadhana. So either you say that mantra 7 times, or you can say the mantra of the this mantra, 7 times, and again blow on it, and then bless.
That is just Niabaton Chimandi, Niaba Deverilla, Sanko Chilo Kijiomari, Chason to Sakijiomari, Sadigan Zamoyo Don Giomari, Sasho Gomsona, Yae, Tandu Kajauri, Chusan Tavuri, Chilo Chason to Sakisoneo, Ponchuga Song, Katsadun Jaguatri, and Naluchos Jajan Gajumari. So when you do a retreat, leave your mala on your retreat table. Don't take it outside your room where you're trying to do your retreat. Neither should you leave it on the floor or walk over it. And if you do so, then we should again try to clean up by sprinkle the water from the vase and repeat the mantra 7 times and blow and bless it again. So we should especially try not to take to the restroom. So mantra during our retreat or making ourselves suitable for the action, right, candidate for the actions or retreat, that at that time we should try to recite the mantra, placing the mala in the left hand and laying right on your ring finger and try to say it, since our retreat is meant for influence over the deity, or how want to do as to empower over the deity. So thus, for that auspicious reason, you can have the mala laying on your ring finger and recite mantra, and also by your left hand to maintain the practice of the left mannerism. If you feel uncomfortable to maintain throughout the session, during your reciting your mantra on your ring finger, laying the mala on your ring finger, then after a few rounds, then you can switch up to on your first finger and then keep on your recitation in your left hand. togala.
So now, unlike others, that we already have the circle of the mantra already labeled at the center of one's heart. Now, the place where we concentrate is at the center of the heart of the principal deity, yogini, right? At the center of our heart, where the principal yogini, at the center of her heart, now we have circled the mantra. On that, we concentrate.
Koro sonju suru yorwa, nyama nanyama jeda thala sonju suni je toge chenjungana. Konzoge togala matin gogo mare.
We need not have the circle mantra at the heart of the remaining 36 yoginis. For instance, those who are four immediate surrounding the principal goddess or the yogini, and 32 others who encircle the whole moon disk.
Matin gogo mare den han dongore. Ranchi nanjoma ge hande, niga leje la sonju suru ge hande, be urishin shin jende be mwache.
Though we do not need to have the circle of mantra labeled at their center, those remaining 36. But when we recite the mantra, we all say it in chorus, that oneself outside and all 37 Vajrayogini at the center of one's heart, that we all say the mantra together. This I'm talking about during our retreat, and was in a day-to-day life, that whatever minimum you have promised to say, that is your minimum requirement. And above that, the more the better. The more you can say, it is better for us. So for the actualization of the external culture or the Guinea land, the recitation of the mantra plays one of the primary role. In order to actualize the inner yogini, that one has to primarily concentrate on the 11 yogas, and above that, complete practice of the Dzogrim or the completing stages. So now the visualization for the deva or the recitation of the mantra, that at the center of the heart of the principal yogini at one's heart, right? Then we have slip-a-little palm at her heart, circled by the mantra, which looks like the beads of a coral beads, and very red in color. Then we do the recitation. The kind of recitation we do is called Tansik Deva, the recitation of the Samaya. So, amongst all kinds of recitation, the one named after as Kongpu Deva, Kongpu as conglomerate or aggregates, and Deva as recitation, that is the one of the best. So now the asset, the best kind, like that first we concentrate or focus on the circle of the mantra at the center of the heart, right? And which is aggregates of the mantra, or conglomerate, or the kongbu. That on that we concentrate on this glowy, resplendent, or radiant color, and concentrating just on it, then keep repeating the recitation of mantra. So, saying that doing mantra recitation in such a manner or the fashion, being the best, is a direct quote I make from the great Lalita. Now the second kind of recitation, as I'm trying to explain here, Tamsik Deva, recitation of Samaya recitation. That is from the circle of mantra, you generate immense light from them. That light. So, from the heart of the principal yogini at center of one's heart, and from that cerebral palm and circle of mantra, are very radiant lights glow out, which fills her entire body, and which comes out and saturates all the surrounding and fills the entire 36 yoginis around, then fills one's entire part of one's body and makes everything transparent and very radiant, and then goes out through the pore of your body and flows towards all space. So, by the filling of one's entire body with that light received, it purifies all one's negativities, defilements, obscurations, transgression of the vows, and the latencies, seeds, and so on, especially ordinary perception and ordinary grasping, and all are purified, and after it purifies every one of them, and then the light goes out to the pore of one's body at the tip of every light, and by the touch of that light, it purifies both residents environment and the resident session beings, and all the impurities, and transforms all the environment into the triangle or the chunjung, and all the beings inside, purifying their negativities and obscurations and defilement, enable them to attain the state of the great Vajrayogini. So, or sometimes you can choose to delegate immense light as earlier, then at the tip of each light, then there goes innumerable number of the Vajrayogini with their Khatvanga, and the arrival upon the head of each and every single sentient beings, and Khatvanga transforming into Heruka, being in union, and with great bliss and creative energy which drips from this merger of the sacred organ and entry of the same through the crown aperture of each and every sentient being, and fills their mind with bliss and great void, and enable them to attain the state of enlightenment. And then when the sentient beings are transformed into the Neljama or the Vajrayogini, then the Neljama which you have emanated from your heart, and the Khatvanga which has transformed into Heruka, that you can merge into that respective sentient being at their to their heart or to their head.
Kandare me sinjenge diri jan sanje sala goyage wozege be tudu goyage be mi ba de tuji be na me de kan yong hada ji 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 ta yang wozege zela ya chola tu mo je chen she se me do du sia nie ju ru mun de yong ma ta ji da ji ze je de yong na ga su che je jiang jiang zhui ne ta mo me ba je wozege zela che je zhui ni cho ju sanje tam je la che ba pyu ni tu nie bu je so this way we can again do our recitations, and next that we can emanate our immense light from through to the pore of our body without the delegation of the offering goddesses. At the tip of each and every light we emanate, we can emanate the innumerable number of the offering substance or offering materials like the 7 precious wealth, the 8 auspicious signs, and so on, all kinds of offering, and try to think that they make offering to the entire Buddhas of the 10 directions, and activate their great mind and receive the blessings of the body, speech, and mind, and coming back and absorbing into oneself, try to think that your mental stream is thus blessed. Yeah, Zong Zanda chela ke chebe ze pa do no ton chuju sanje tamje la chebe pyu san chebe lamon na da sanje na nyumar shu sa sanwe chebe pyu te dombe ji de te kona ni chebe pyu chena sanwa te kona ni chebe sanwa la pyu so sanje na ji jo de dong ge shi chebe jen chung so chebe pyu ya de ta chu jen lo de ya mi ba ji go de ya so now again sometimes as I told you earlier, you may have the offerings made without the offering goddesses. So now sometimes you can emanate the offering goddesses with the offering, or sometimes offering goddesses, and they enroll with embracing with the offering goddesses in union with all the Buddhas of the entire 10 direction, and their mind filled with great bliss through such embrace of the union, and they experience great bliss, and then the bliss also comprehending on emptiness, so the bliss beautified or adorned by the voidness. So thus that bliss
becomes the secret offering, and as being purified by the emptiness, so offering of the suchness. Now this is an entire thing that the mind of the Buddhas are filled with the wisdom of non-duality, bliss and void. Now again, remember, we have to receive the blessings and so forth back.
다 가상한도 본연 송도 지 나 상송셰 바. 지 본연의 런리 타 송셰 바 임바. 내가 나지요. 고제 되게 찔라 본연 런리 타 송게 배 노바 배 노토도 배 거로 배 노바 강요 초디 랄티 바다. 야 다바 가지 상제 탐제 고송 투지 연된 참말로 배 고다 송다 투기 전러 상와 랄 소팀. 다가 나지게 조조배 다바 가지 띵게 다바 가지 신강나 여여배 아니 저거도 콜로도 받아 지존도 진행주마 여용니다 바오다 칸로 어디네 내 콜로도 사초 바오다 칸로 참말로게 고송수지 연대 참말을 팀받아 다바카지 신강 코랑기베 연대 나가주진 줄바 신디 연대다 제바 단지 오제마베 나말을 팀받이 개치슈지래 대랑지와 지만 다바카지 류야비 줄 쪼데 상로 니레 다바카지 신강게 너저 니긴 줘봐라는 팀바 저 지기는 콜로도 봐 여용이 바오 간도 섬지면 샤바 여다 저서 고송도 주는데 참마 마틴 거래 너 지는데 신강 그런 거에 나가지 지는데서 아니 왜 마변 나바전 마틴 거래.
So as you remember that these blessings we receive back, if you remember, review that yesterday we discussed about the three kinds of messenger, right? The middle, least, middling, and the best kind. Now we receive the blessings of all of those messenger and absorbing back into oneself, and also like the blessings of the body, speech, and mind of the entire Buddha into oneself and transforming one's mind. And also, like we should try to do the receiving the blessings of the great Chakasamvara and his consort and all the deities who are resident on the Tawakajishin or the Kaju land, the entire mandala of the Hiruka and his consort, and all the dagas and the guineas, and receiving their blessings and all the great qualities or the feature of the Tawakaju land, which is the residence. For instance, each Nangkatsu, that's the space like treasure and their quality and so on, that every one of those, the great features of the land of Tawakaju and great blessings of beings in there, like the entire mandala of the Hiruka, his consort, and all the deities, they receiving them in the form of red light is one of the primary cause for us to actualize that state, that Tawakaju land itself. So thus we should especially focus on these, since it becomes one of the primary causes to enable us to actualize the Kaju land.
Tawakaju shingade sanje gi shin chedangda menra chige. Sanje ji shinge yende yongsu zoba yebe tola ko rinzen yin sanga gi toli chebe be den ji joba ba de meba yore. Ane nakazu sia de ngazo lo chugu mari be ne jin joba kari yine be ngaran so yine be je ka gun zo zhen mang bu che le ga mang bu che ji su go dong Tawakaju gi be de ne ju gun joba la 제수고야 담에 내가 제가 자원이니 요말 코로랑 루마레 그런 루마 전에 비가 봉우 제샤요 말에 가르 고고된 들레레 용거 삼바상에 들레 용고요래 답변을 지금 이내야 같이 시간 가서로 주고 말에 해마 근데 용아 조지 바네 아디샤 나가줄 옹어리 벽을 남아만 몰라 나가줄 옹어 요리 콩조보 제 나서 저시시 저 요구래 와디 공게 자원 루도 뭐 그런 걸 도마래 셔시래 봐봐 제레시래 아우래 레버트루체 요리 존라 기시 상보에 레벨로도 생에데 ge drigo pego nyama momo u ka bu che khon ni ge lo ma re khon pe yo so dai ba le ju ni an lo ma yam me yo du an na mu do de na ne an leve shere ge adi shalya sho jo nu pha chi che re sin za ko ko sang ma so la chong ro ge de je ba na da ge de che yo re se ti sha da che na ge yo re.
So that the Tabakajishin, the Tabakaj land, that unlike the other Buddha field, it has very, very many special, unique features. For instance, it is a Rinzin Shin, the land of the Vidyadharas or the Tantrikans, the Tantric practitioners. So, and also, as said, being having control over the space like treasure, having control over the space like treasure, which meant space like treasure, it is quite hard for us to understand or conceive of what really meant to own our space treasure or Nankatsu. Because for us, any kind of material or any kind of things, it requires development, right? It requires development and maintenance. Whereas in that case, to own a space like treasure means that to be able to accomplish it, that whenever one desire or whenever one wants. But it does not take space. That one does not have to gather or the nest for that. The moment one feels about it, it is accomplished at the thought of that item. So in a way that it becomes quite inconceivable for our little mind, that how really it is that to own a space treasure. That there have been lots of the Tibetan lamas who owned it. Let me give you an example of great Atisha, that he also has owned a space like treasure, though to the outside he looked up poor and poor monk, but he did own that. For instance, Tomtumpa was his disciple, who is emanation of the Avalokiteshvara, and once one of their common disciple called Sangbu Vevelote, that their disciple, and when they're getting close to Tagyepa, that's name or location, and there one a student named Legbe Shirap. He requested that, or Atisha, that would you say something about your past life? So,
Janu taga juyore, Janu generesi inzani, Janu go sunja be peshachiore, Tinal de sunshandus, Lelu pangshu, Zulu zungshu sunshandus, Tado Lelu pangjashi Zulu, Lelu nana pangjashi, Tado Zulu zomba ja sunshandus, Tin an hunge, Jiwang Hamala, Lelu pang Zulu zonglu, Kandakanda na yore, Maji sunro na shuyore.
So, now Atisha and the Drumdamba, they all looked fairly old or a little aged, mature, and Legbesher, he was a little younger and more energetic and serious kind. And then quoting from one of the work by the Drumdamba, then Legbesher requested that in quoting from one of your own work, you said that give up all your sluggishness or laziness and cultivate the Tundru or the enthusiastic perseverance. That how have you done that in your past? Would you please comment on it?
Ani be jeresi la yenden yu lama le dugur ni me ngale deba ni yu sigiyore. Nung jeresi re jena jewa ngama la jewa mamuri la sosa di jang yu yenden chimbu yore jore. Karina sunga yu 전다 요리스 라마를 두고르메 라메 셰준 송고가 제미주 라미주
So,
나라는 대화 여죠 송로 나오죠 아니 저지야 내셔고스 저는 알리자 제레스는 메레지 표시오소 메레데 무그 메레 초kon시 된데다 무그 메레의 동수 자자지가 찾고 있는 표시오스 무그 메레가 동 자자지에샤는 발표고요
so then as that is what the Domdamba has said. Then the Legveshir said that my Lama, I do know that my Lama has all these great wonderful qualities and so on, and I do know that he does not tell lie. I do know that he does not exaggerate over or under. And I do know that I have a strong faith in my Guru. So would you please say it? Then the Adisha said that he will speak to you, but you should make the mandala offering with the silver base, product of the silver, with the 108 conch shells right on top of it. Then I will speak it to you.
님자자 누구 그렇게 가와 나오고요. 저누기 현내셔보러 와셔서 저런 라마 군들이야 자가는 군여부제 데네션이 배워리. 저런 서버다 자치 수간의 수주가 마셔지 나 코는 차려 쉬는까지 가서 근데 수주고요 말 가고요 상상.
So sometimes the Domdamba he would stop Legveshwara from asking such a question, from such a curiosity. He says that my Lama came from such a distant place, and Lama has knowledge of all the extensive and most profound teachings, and not asking on the doubts about the profound and extensive teachings. Why are you wondering about that? How I wonder about in the worldly existence? What is that? Now asking about my life and how I wondered about in the worldly existence. That does not make sense.
제리 슈베고도 저 노고생 하마서 총러를 송네 대상 부시나를 총러 24지 송요래 배차요래.
So it's one request that when every request our story was told, and in the chronicles of life of the Domdamba, there are as many as 28 of them compiled in a volume.
양산이 난디와 대주지를 지쇼 된다도 쇼그래. 냐마지 양자노게 양 단데날 말 지진의 진도 비차드날 자노 송자거든나. 어디내 이상에 라면 고스 가만솔는 제바나타 간에 장요래. 지 송로나 라마의 연내요. 저배 어제레실의 연내요. 라마를 두고르면 할 때와요 송로나 쇼래. 쇼도 자노 가져나와래.
So every now and then that disciple would request for such a thing. For instance, our Lokiteshvara has all the great qualities, and Lama does not over or underestimate himself, and I do have the faith. So please, would you say about what you mean by such a quote?
다바 리실로 좀 민도라겐데스. 다바리싱에 줘야 배가 코안 코르 슈마데 스기와 추서버데 자체어데 슈지요레 그래서 마셔지 다 기시 가와다 로자니 로사르 추션 진사르 군이로 사송아 담아다서 공제디요레 저산 파만로죠 당도니다 고다 셰데는 손 가져 나와레.
So that time the Guru rebuked him a little bit. He said that the Lama knows all the extensive and most profound teachings, not asking on that subject matter, that why you are trying to ask how I wanted about in the worldly existence. And Gishikawa and Lotsawa, they already obtained the teaching, and by now they should be meditating in their rooms, in their hermitage, and you are still here trying to wondering about these stories.
아니 기실레베 셔르라 로마 잡앙아자요레 피기 코레 고마도 유샤요레 코로나 파드로 지금 말 저고늘 자데 아니 공부되니고 판 루쇼 송이 머바 로제지 밀 쉰데 가자와이 로타제 차리 내 잡아가자자는데 용바 인제버려.
So Legbe Sherab, he had about the 5 who is requesting, right? Legbe Sherab. He had about 500 students waiting for him, and then he was told that you have to take care of 500 of your students. So without wasting your time here, you should be going there and take care of them. Then Legbe Sherab said, I have my mind made up and come here and I know what I wanted. So unless I get it, I'm not going to leave.
And you know, that one Cherami Gishi Dribure, Sani George Chenani, those Kamena Shu, Nalu Chungre, Na Guinea Revacon, Ngay Yobujugo, Chong Ala Jenny is the Yada with the San Malav Ajevare. Room Cheres, Chena Levish Cheres, Shudegarwa, that one Yamasani Zumachero, Chera Dribo. George Cherani, Drobuju, Yobung Ejuwi, John Al Jerry, the Yadaboda, San Malo Chever.
So then the Domdumba told his disciple, then from tomorrow onwards, you stay with the Adisha to the Legbe Sherab, that I will take care of the house chores, like clean up and doing service and so on. I'll do the job. But mind one thing, you never call me Avalokiteshvara. Don't you call me Avalokiteshvara,
That the Diani, yo, Rungo Yobuchi, Corona Yoju Mayu, Jerry's and Chama, George, the Nandi, Drobuju, Sungi Orova, and this sure. Tonga said, you should call the George Masun Roda, that you should know Sonza, and John Nuge. Toji say, not double Nimaja Luta Jenny Yukei. Cheranga Masune, George Soya, the Cherang him in zero now. Yan walking Tatan, Pego, Yamal ten, Tuji Zung se Javari. Cherange Sumar Suro Majene, George Sunda Chia, Chiramagaro, she is, Mango Kabu to the Pego Yamama to the Cedar, and then Ashata Mindue. That's Church Kesha Kabu Shevari, and the Jaru Soya Mani.
So when the Domdumba said that, I'll serve you and you can spend the time with Adisha and so on, but don't you ever ask him about that? So then Adisha, the Legbe Sherab told Domdumba that please watch my hair. It is gray, and my face is full of wrinkles. And I have come leaving behind my 500 students to know about what I wanted. And if you don't want to speak for it by yourself, then at least try not to forbid Adisha to speak about it. Please don't forbid Adisha from speaking about what I'm asking. So he spoke kind of really a thick word.
Cheranga Masune, Adisha Soya, the game is a rochi said the race way. Oh, yeah. And Nuge, Sumani, Gishi Dibuge, the Katijibanaza, Karaju. Then George, yeah, that George and Papa Jerry Zilia, Mugaga Mandela, Tonshun Jazaje, Tonshun in the Yuina, good and Pusho, may share also.
So now since he spoke that, he spoke that at least don't hamper the Adisha from speaking, that since I have all these wrinkles and gray hair and I'm leaving behind and now at least don't forbid him, then Adisha said, I will speak, but you make the mandala offering of the huge on a silver base, a huge silver base with the conch shell inlaid with turquoise to the Domdumba, then I will speak to you.
Mugi Mandela, you in the Tony Jazajago, Pusho, Jerezil, Pusho, Rongla, Sonaraba, Pia Yamaricum, Divo, and the addition, Taringa Mu Shingia Major. Mu Passer Shingimede Major.
So, but he didn't have it, right? Then he said that, today, in this time, let alone a silver mandal base or silver mandal base with all those conchs to offer, I don't even have a wooden one to offer.
Mu Shingia Mes, Reson. Mu Passer, Shingimede Mes. Ine Mepe, choose some trouble, college of Mangu, Mandate Joyar, La Penipa, Duin Javari. In a Pengomari, maybe Pengomari, choose some show the college of Mangu, Mandate Zagan Dui, Tumapen Duins, sure.
But he said that, but still, it does not help as an excuse that I don't have it. To obtain a precious teaching, the hardship has to be faced. So I'm going to look for the mandala, and he said, I'm going out to look for the mandala to offer. And he... So when it started beginning, that as they requested to teach about the chronicles of the Domdamba's life itself, the last of the gods have already gathered around for the teaching because of possibility. So then when he was about to go, Legwe Sherab, then Domdamba said that, hey, he said that more like you old gentlemen, don't have too many thoughts. Are you going to leave all these cars waiting behind just for a single person for yourself? Just are you going to leave them waiting just for you? Then if you need a mandala base, then you can have it. Then he just put his hand in his pocket of his chuba or sleeve of his chuba and pull out a huge mandala base which is about the cubit in size, in diameter, you know. And then he just, if you are in need of such an item, here it is for you. And he passed it on to him, that nobody knew where he had it.
Nungmende Pun Pengumari, Jerizig Sosasser, Churong Pugure, Sone, Koron Cousin, young Mende Trogonsi, Nungmende Trogonsi, Kayo Mashambaji, Cousin or Surenamari, and it is so and only Apu, and it taking a Tunreji Sunyo. And you want average in the Karuchula, Mende Pu, Tunre Sungo, the Kumpo Solomende to Yonto de Shantajibishi Yomari, Kucheshi Yomari. And you go to carry in it in the don't show. Then Nakazo said, or then Nakazo gets Shigo, choose Nakazo now to marry.
So
Nakazo Gichala, Gome Kiadme, Landry Adme, Machuji Adme, Jogu Adme, Dimija Adme, Kadu Guguri, Tabakaji Shinkan Lucho, Nakazuri.
So then again Adisha asked for his attention. He said that, oh, are you going to take that? Because that's our Avalokiteshvara, who has the full consummation of all the required attainments and everything. And the kind of mandala offering I'm asking you to do is for yourself, for yours to accomplish or earn the merit. So if you need one, you can have this one. Then Adisha pulled one under his robes and gave a very identical one to him, you know. And So this is the example of the how this to own our space like treasure, and they have lots of such illustrations that wherever they go they need a teaching, and then they have all the things improvised in this way, and but in the day-to-day life they all are just three looks for three poor, the highly revered practitioners. And Nangatsu, or the space like treasure, it comes as one wills for it, and it at the best that it cannot be stolen by anybody, nor it has to be needs the security, or we need to lock it in a safe or anything. So such is the wealth in the land of the culture land. So in short, that it is really hard for us to fathom or even imagine how it is to be, how it is to own, or how it is to have a space like treasure.
Lama Georgia Adishan Sanje Heba Mary. John Rune Generesi, Corn Namajin Lalori, Chokamani. Leve Shera in Jabayon. A corn number of bird, Temper Bay, let to those zone, Gamma, Chi Shukengi, Shu, Song Kengi, soon, or the Nessian, Bekadanga Temper Bay number.
So great Adisha, who is the Amitabha Buddha, Tromdamba, who was the Avalokiteshvara, and Legbeshwarap, who is the great Manjushri. Together, three of them gathered and taught the teaching throughout the Tibet, the teachings of the Kadamba, and spread out throughout the Tibet.
Kadapuchu na lo tije loju nyembu shira ya bu yore be. Yore di chenanso beyi mashen, bege mashen. Pechakora ra ne che yo marita.
So that these wonderful stories you will find in a text named Kadam Puchu Sun, a teaching of the son of the Kadamba, and that's in Tibetan.
Da na jin jawa mema ni chung yor ta yin ro re lama longdu ru buchi. Lama longdu ru buchi songchu na sa jagwa jin ya gre. Da zo marin jagwa dikhe dongdo chi gre.
And that I wish if you would speak the language, then you could read all this. And then also Longdu Rinpoche, the Longdu Rinpoche, that he looks strict and he always keeps a wooden club beside him. And during the teaching, quite frequently, he acts as if that he is going to beat you up if necessary. Sometimes he does hit. So
Lama Rochige, Shevchiore. She Tarintene Abu Comazis Leo, and he said, we don't show us somebody.
So, Londo Lama Rinpoche, they're one of the disciples with whom he had a very strong karmic affinity from the past life, that he was coming by, and then he did hear that he is very well built and strong, and he thought that I heard that Lama beats, but if he beats me up, then I'm going to fight back. But if he gives a wonderful teaching, of course I will pay heed to the teaching, So with that kind of decision, he was coming, and the Lama also told his attendant that today, I'm going to have a combative student. So let him come in. So we're going to have a fight.
뱅에 디버스와 정주 나오러는 시작을.
So when that strong man came by, then he made a prostration and he said that I am a great sinner, no more like he said, that then please help me to purify them.
파샤 사주 디버 초레상 아위셰지 거리와서 야장 배버려.
So he said that, which meant that almost like head of your father, which is a rebuke, you know.
저 디버사 주행 아래에서.
I bet your father's head, or sort of head of your father, and that who am I to take care of your sin? Did I ask you to sin? And Lama stood up and just started coming down with the stick. So since Lama came down with stick, you know, standing, so he started fighting back.
So Lama Kangwaji Sun Mangusholo Niake Gudade Ke Jasaki Chamayo, Chamadi Ke Done. What is you about the Yataja Doni Chilwa you Shabare?
So Lama turned him upside down, pulled with his two legs, you know, turned him. Excuse me. Turned him upside down and started beating him with the broom.
Shivaji Dumbare, they might use Sadi, Natsam Meva Yonsi, Yavuchi June. Then it's really quite a good Shav Duzila Gudadia, Shabache and Bechache. And it Lame me Shadini and Kodivata Juman Koebe to Shen Yavuchi.
So Lama turned him upside down and by holding his two legs together and beat him up with the broom and threw him somewhere in the corner. And then after a while he started feeling real light inside, very light and strong devotion. And for asking for forgiveness, he started making prostration for 7 days in a row outside the hermitage of that Longdo Lama Rinpoche. And then through the practice afterwards, and in later parts of his life, he also became one of the most wonderful practitioners.
Lama Longdo Rinpoche Maji Sanje Sarva, Tindere Chidi Kungyang, Shira Shun Ugmare, Damida Shusa Yomare, and Jagayone Gishi, Tinde Gishi Kaji Chabi Yavo Yimbala, Tongutu, Unutu, Peshame, Tinde Utu Dengu du Kashela, a garden on Yori, Kuma garden on the Matu Shun Ugmare. Chu Gishi in Bez, Tonguton Sabe, Bulun Dasway, and Bulunka Sayos, and it's Anish Jadushan Ugma, in the years. And Chezi, Jepaya Sija, Ya Coreson, Da, Chenho Wadvajin, Parachu Mukuyone, Pulundoya Mute, Tata Surinomiori.
So Londo Lama Rinpoche, that he too was, as he was very strict and well known for being strict, that nobody could ask anything to him. And but when Gishis, when they make their gishi offering and so on, many of them fall in debt. And whenever they go and see him, then he would ask, "Are you a gishi?" And they can't ask him, you know. But when he asks them, then they say, "Yes, I'm a gishi." And did you make a good offering? And they say, "Yes." And are you solvent, or do you still have a lots of debts? then they say, yeah, and how much? When they give the exact amount, then he would grab somewhere in the pocket and give a bag full of coins, and which is the exact amount which he needs to repay. And that happens a lot.
Long the lama sanje tsare de lo chunjun go du be zhuo ma jia ne kala mara to che mara pe sha me ku nie bu shi zha che be ga ba yin sa gu ba na lan zhuo gu be zha ba chen zhuo yang nie da dong gi gu bi wen zhe bu yo wu ju gu yang zhe bu tin de dang gu ba ka mang bu lan zhuo an ju man zhe bu lan zhuo de ra de na la shu o de de xe ne an ju ma le be che yin de su ba tin de pe shi be ge lama za che su chu du so 공부 남자 교부 수시 교부 배샤 매게 들으셔다 지용
So that Lama, the Londo Lama Rinpoche, that when he was young, that he, though enlightened, but he was really poor and had a hard life, that he had to face the real hard life in lots of many monasteries. Sometimes he was evicted from the monastery. He was asked to leave the monastery, and one after another he lived in monasteries like Debung. Again, there he couldn't pull along, and he had to go to Radu and so on. And he really had a hard life, but very industrious. And towards the end, he became such a wonderful Lama. And actually, it is the almost uniform that all the great lamas, they had a really hard childhood life, and when they are young and while they study, every one of them had a hard life, especially in terms of the material well-beings and facilities.
제로 코마 gelja su singe de jeru mu chungo isere de yang kong zhu ba jue ni ri zhe le ju de yuan jie pyo ding yao ma re xi jie ji le yao ma re xi jie de chu le chu gong lu ya pyo ni sha ta de ne su su ji che ren de gong zhuo cha ce xi jie de ma ya bu shu chu ba xiang an de na la ji chu sa bu de le gu tu jia yu de jia de tu an ni zhu ma de da de ne yang chu le ya bu chu lu ya pyo sha so su che jo bu chen de ba chen je ju ne da ta ma le de lu kong ge le ja so su ju la ma yin da me da ji cha da da phen le lu kong be gu chen ri je du si re
Che Dukang Ba Gelek Gyatso, that highly respected Lama and well known to be the incarnation of the great Tsongkhapa himself, many try to, and that he too, while he was doing his duba or the practices in the retreats and practices, he did not even have a set of the water bowls for his offering. And only thing he had was a bowl which he used to eat, and whenever he is through with eating, he just wash it so clean and fill it with water and so on, mix the offering, and when at the end, when he needs it for himself, then ask permission that may he be allowed to use it, and take it that and receive that and use, and then again cleaning it the same and making the offering. And that's how he did his dupa or the accomplishments or practices.
che ji zhi jian ren bu chi ge go ma zu rin ba de ga den che ba de go ma zhi jian jiang yu chun be zha sa sa ba shu de de ka la zang ba sa ju me ne zhuo do zhe ri guo sa ma ma ra ni qi do lu hao den de sa ji ni su ji be ga le kho ri jian ne an de sa ju ju ma ga den che le pe na ha zu ru ba den che le pe de gu ju cha ji shi bu rang yo ma re den de zhong de ni jian de me de la ma cha ta gu ji ni ba zu rin ba de re hao de ya ta ju ju yo ta gu ji su ba nani ki jian ru ji kong re kong ya la rong de ya ta xue yo re di ali o ti la da.
So, for instance, the Gandhin throne, one who went to Gandhin throne, the very first, his son Sijang Doji Chang, the very first one, that is Changju Chunbe, that when he came to monasteries, he was so poor that times he has to miss these classes and go out to look for something. that he was so poor, and but with his diligence and dedication for the practice, that finally he succeeded onto the great Gandhin throne, even at that time that he did not have his material well-beings together. But after once he got to that throne and so on, then of course everything went so well. And the immediate next life of the Chanchu Chumbe, then the second one, Tijin Tsudinpende, the second one, he too had a very similar earlier life, but wonderful towards the end, and went to the Gandhin throne too. When I came to our monastery, I was 12 years of age. At that time, Tijang Rinpoche is 16 years old. So he lost his treasurer. He does not know much about Dharma. So, but he can take care of a lot of other things fairly well. The tutor of the Tijang Rinpoche is the uncle to my mother. So that's how come I became so close to this High Lama, because of the connection of my uncle because of my uncle, and then I became so close. And when that lay treasurer, when he passed away, and we found that his institution, that Tijang Labram's institution, they were in debt about 293 dotse, which is a very substantial amount of money. When Rinpoche was 23 years of age, then everything, he completed all his studies and took his Geshe degree. Then the brighter days began for him.
When
Then, since his completion of Geshe degree and so on, then everything went just so fast and so well that towards the end that there's no room for any wealth for him in his places. That in terms of his religious teachings, in terms of teachings and spreading out the teachings, his religious conduct in terms of spread out the teachings and so on, they are just beyond our comprehension, and also in terms of his other activities of the contribution to the community well-beings, and every one of those are just remarkable. When we left Tibet, that I was 55 and Rinpoche was 59. And then when we escaped, he was 59, and also he took such a responsibility for the spread out of the teaching since then he became more like the Tenpa Sokshin, or the life force of the whole teaching, or the cardinal of the whole teaching. And because of his great kindness and concern, that teachings were well preserved.
Yeah. Ta gecha magule shegde naga zoge zane yombare. Ta majine lama jibo tamba yonde chiwa kanga lo chundu jobu shada ji yong. Chundu ni jebu chene be dogun zunde kene yonde shibun jami yong. No do na tere ta.
So, all these talks came from our discussion over to own a space like treasure, right? How it is to, and now, in short, what I meant is that all those great lamas who are highly realized and accomplished, every one of them had a real heart, the life during their prime. So those who have allowed all the necessary facilities available to them, they do not seem to come great practitioners towards the end of their life. But every one of those who became highly realized, they had a very hard life. That's what I was trying to say here. So in the four continents, that one which is of the most poverty in terms of the wealth is the southern continent. So thus it is called the continent of the karma, or the le as karma and sapa as the state or the
Zabulinge nani janta, Zabulin Sugujira, Tenani, Tabe Longju, Chishi, Damaras, Jeva dire. Chushu, Jutoba Medic, Lombacheva, Juchambera.
So in our southern continent, now the most wealthy and also in geographically very desirable place, and wealth-wise also being very affluent, this is the country. Though we are the wealthiest, but also facing the hardest or most difficult. In terms of the works of the nation itself too is very difficult. So, for instance, this country also best kind of brain, like the best scientists and so on, the futurist or scientist, one who can think back as well as in future and present and so on and so forth. But in terms of difficulty and hardship, the people on this continent face the hardest, since that even one moves, one has to move at a fast pace, that otherwise one does not even have time to slow down one's pace, or full of the anxieties, no mental peace, and so on. So thus the people here face the hardest time. And where we work in this country, that if we just look at either the seniors or the younger generation, that it is in a way quite sad.
Nyumbacha, Solungcha, Kenza Cherudo.
So anything to do with worldly activities or worldly politics, of course we know that it does not help anything the life hereafter, the life beyond this present time. That and not only that, in this life too, that one spends or the time almost in the state of the paranoia or the unrest.
So
realizing all of those, they're all about the how futility of the worldly existence, futility of all of these things, and if we could just switch our mind onto the proper practice of the holy teachings, and that is the best kind of choice we could make for ourselves. So even though we choose to have a proper practice and so on, but we have lots of handicaps or barriers, that even though we wanted to do a proper immaculate practices and so on, but we have the barrier to limitations through the language, limitation through the knowledge, right knowledge of the teaching and so on. So thus to hope for the enlightenment as such in this life becomes quite unrealistic, or quite hard. So because it is quite hard, please, not unrealistic, but it is hard. So thus that if we could reach, or if we could assure ourselves a rebirth in place like Shambhala for our next life, then it becomes very helpful, since that is the land of the Rigzin or the Vidyadharas. And because the land being the land of Vidyadharas, it becomes very helpful if you could get a rebirth there. There are 96 states within the Shambhala itself, but if we could get a rebirth at the center, where it is reigned by the Rigden, the king of the Shambhala, that even though we may not be that diligent in our practices, but because the virtue or an influence of the king himself, that we can attain the state of enlightenment at the faster rate. So if we could attain the chi kaju, chi as external and kaju as the kaju, darker, chi kaju, that then that will be most helpful, because it will be almost equivalent to attaining of the enlightenment. So thus, for that very reason, that receiving the blessings of the three messengers, the power nutu, that's the power of the three messengers, and also the blessings of all the deities and assemblies of the deities of the Kagyu land, and all the features, the distinguished features of the Kagyu land, for instance, like the space like treasure and so on. They receiving every one of them in the form of red light, those blessings in the form of red light, and merger of or immersion of them inside oneself, inside one's heart. That is one of the primary way to attain or actualize the external Kagyu. So now, as we were trying to discuss about it, and trying to discuss about to own a space like treasure and so on, to make it clearer, then we got sidetracked with lots of stories. So now, so now, or again, that you emanate immense light from your heart, and making the very grand offering of all four kinds, external, internal, secret, and the suchness. And you receive or draw the chinlup, or the blessings, or the transformation, or blessings from the entire three refuge or entire Buddhas in the form of Vajrayogini. In the form of Vajrayogini, the big ones as big as huge mountain, the medium ones like that of the human size, and smallest ones like size of a little dust, particle of dust, or so on. So very teeny, minute Vajrayoginis in all form and sizes. So in all sizes, that as big as mountain to as small as a little dust, and you receive them and absorbing into oneself from whom you made the offering. And also, and thus you receive the blessings of the body, and also all the blessings of the speech of the old Buddhas in the form of the Om white in color, A red in color, Hum blue in color, and O in the form of vowels and consonants of the Sanskrit alphabets, or in the form of the three mantra of this deity. There's Om, that mantra, complete mantra, in the form of syllable mantra, and they all bearing the red color and merge into you, so thus receiving the blessings of the speech of the entire Buddhas.
지구도 터바도 자체 지구 터바 가정가 호의 공부 오제 공부 되게 나와서 진짜는 relative.
So, and also all the blessings of the mind of the gurus, mind of the Buddhas in the form of like the skull cup, the skull cups, curved knife, kadwanga, the blue silver letter, hung, and so on, that you receive them and again absorbing or merging them back into your heart. Now let's count. The first, purifying the negativities of and obscurations of sentient beings. So, you purify the negativities of the and obscurations of sentient beings through the medium of the light and also through the medium of the generation of deities. So that's the second sets we have like the making offerings to the entire Buddhas without offering goddesses, but the offering materials, and second, of offering goddesses with the offering materials. So, and you also send forth offering goddesses with the offering materials, and they also offered in being in union with the deities and or the Buddhas of the all 10 directions. Then they offer the secret offering, and then with that great bliss, comprehending on emptiness, the offering of the suchness, and along with that, what we receive back, what we try to receive back for the blessing are the blessings of the body, speech, and mind, and the virtuous conduct of the old Buddhas. For instance, blessings of the body in the form of the deities, blessings of speech in the forms of the silver letters, and blessings of the mind in the form of the implements of the deity and seed silver letters, and so on. So, or sometimes they to make a very focused, we especially try to do the like making offerings to all the assembly of the deities in the Kaju land, like for instance Heruga and his consort Vajrayogini, and also entire Buddhas and all the Dagas and Daginis, and also make all 4 kinds of offering, or the external, internal, secret, and the suchness. Along with them, you also make the offerings of same kind to the Dagas and Dakinis who are resident on the 24 sites.
Oh yeah. That abakashi shinkana yobe bawo kanro kolo domba yoyun laso changma loge go sung tu yune changma da be jelo kangalu sudi sabrdo shinkam korang be kashi shinkam korang injurbe yune jobo pusu soba be joba nakhat zogin be yende longje samalo zo wozege na bachen to dune rale timbe mi bade yobat titso yayan chores.
And then making offering to all of them, and especially then that when we receive back, we try to receive the all the blessings of the special attributes or the special distinguished qualities of the culture land, and its distinguished qualities of the wealth of the space treasure and so on, the unique qualities of the and blessings of that place in the form of red light, as explained earlier, that and receiving them back into your heart, and that is one of your primary visualization which we should do during our recitation.
Dan nyemba de de ko la ni ko ju yo maris ni ko ya de den ge dingen ge so je ba is ni ji ko sa de ya se on de ge san lo tong ja gang ga yo ma de do shu de ni je.
So that's one of the prominent visualization we can do, and please make sure during your sessions and retreat don't fall asleep, because it says sleep is the murder of your concentration, because that then if you fall asleep, whatever we have visualizations earlier, they more or less we lose the track of them.
Tu ji go ba sen de ba de tu sin da de ba go le ne dang ne chinga nga chingo nga zhu de ze zhong sa ni ji xiao su na yang ni ye se su na chinga de pa xia de ge dong je ba bai ma tai ni ri se ya de je go le chu ji lu ka de mi da na da gang ga de chu ji ji er dang ni ri de je yi ne chinga ya le de ge dong ba gang ga dong ga dong ya yo ma le sa ba dong go le tu ji bu de la so le do ta je ne de re.
So that if you fall asleep during a session on a cushion, then whatever you have counted on that mala, you should pull them all back. And not only that, then leave your mala. And there's one practice called niti, which you have to do, that I'll give you in Tibetan. Niti is named as, because only things that you pour a water in your hand and bless your eyes and face with that, and then whatever you have counted is unaccountable.
Da la le yang ta je dao guo yang ru dong ge yin na ni ku sun ni ye ru de ku ma ru wa da ni dao ku sun cheng ge ba le du da cheng ge jia ju zhong ge ja de zhu ju de ju gu ju le ne ga da de zhe za la ma le be cheng ge chu sa de be de yu cheng guo ji bu de ani cheng de ge ya ma ju xie dong wa de xia chu le ko tuo la dong ji de ni ba sa ya de le ji wa.
So then this is the most strict way of following, okay, most strict way. But if otherwise, if you go a little easier, then at least whatever we have said, 60 or 70 or 80, that those become unaccountable if we once fall asleep during our session. That on that very particular mala, okay, that becomes unaccountable, and then to compensate for what we slept, that becomes unaccountable, and we should again start a fresh mala from the beginning.
Da dreba chuwa yin ma zhong ge tu ba de guo cheng ge zhong ma te.
So if we had guests, then we should say we should reduce 15 counts.
O da de le ge o long sha ra dan lo je ba dan de se la dao tu ba nie yi ko ron yo. Zhong ni chi ma mi ya ge ma ne ba ru chi ge be ce ren bu ya bu ji ne gu song yo.
Like yawning and losing of gas and so on, that it is said that even to swallow our saliva, those shouldn't hurt our practice. It is said that we should try to maintain.
Then je da zhe wan de
So in short, that our recitation should be free from eight faults.
Nyambale dinere, tujun kandole dinere, kande huda badata, ta kaju rube, be manga zo, judi jige nande, be nibu yudo, mendo rube, da neju mande rangre, tene inza huda jigi inen de chegure ya.
So, and do your practices properly, and that during your, either you are in your retreat or in your daily recitation or in your sessions, do those practices properly, especially endeavor in saying the mantra, saying this mantra, because this is the most essential amongst all the four levels of Tantra, This recitation of the mantra of this deity. So this should be one of our main assignments, to say the mantra as much as we can and do our practice very diligently and with full of enthusiasm.
Ta tuge tala ngande chi yo, shajun zori ni yo re. Te abuja gongu ina, ngande ni bo te ngola ma jewa che, ngande jinge poru de shajun zori chi ge mi ba de nerawa shajun zori chi ge traji ga che ta chi ge pangi la sim shuba na je memba la ke bala sim zone gongo re. Lo bu ba chen zo da ne shingri da da je khor thal se bu yo re chi jung na. Te zami ba to to ja che yo, tin khen le bu. Te ca so na ngande di che, ngande che du traji ga cha mi go ma, mi ba yung ru su du yo, ji ge on su mang han le me de ju re. Ni che, ta yon de ro ba no de dong che be mi ba chen ye nam ye me ge ga chi ka ma ni le mi ne de dong ge mi ba chu ya ti ge. Te cha chung zo ring ji ge. Cha zang ze mi ba su yung ya de ge long o man de be. Mi je yin za ngande de sha chung zo ring ge po ru chu ge. Ali to mo ngade che na ngati le mi sha ju zo ri ji yang pa tra ji ga cha me gu de mi ba pa tram sha ba re o de sha ju zo ri ni gu ngade che ya.
So now the next step is our meditation on the mental recitation. But before we do the mental recitation, there are two Dzogchen practices here, right, which are named as Xiaochun or incidental. I think incidental is not really a good word. I think for that, and let's say Xiaochun, you know, that there are two Dzogchen practice here. So best thing is to have the mental recitation between those two Dzogchen practice, because the first Dzogchen practice is a concentration on the four bliss world. And the mental recitation, we concentrate on the syllable mantra and recite it mentally. Then so thus, if you first contemplate on the mental recitation, and then if you do the contemplation or the concentration on the bliss world, it looks more like we are decentralizing our attention, right? From the center to the outward, so it doesn't look quite feasible. So for a good auspicious reason, that we first do the outer one, the concentration on the four outer bliss world, which is the part of the Dzogchen, and then the mental recitation.
Ta sha ju zo ri ni da ngande che du le ji ge ha che. Le ji ge zo mo chu chu de ge to ga le yang ha gu ko bang yi le sin shu de ya de zan de lo le cha to gu ma re. Ali le ji de dang yu su xia, sang lo ma dang ba che. Do yo do go ma re, sang lo ma dang de de re. Le ji sang lo ma dang ga che ne re, rang do ji ne ju me to ga chun ju zhu su de nyam che de yong gu dang ten de wei jing gu chen bu yong gu re. Ba yi ha zhi se de. Ta dang bu zha xi ga che dang yu ge bang yi le sim shu ba, de mo da ken de bu men ba sim khor le ba shu go re. Sim shu ba je men ba le ke ba le sim zo ne, long bong ba je su, ca ni su, ji su. Okay.
Do that at the center of heart of the central, very center Vajrayogini, of the body mandala that becomes heart. So that's why they leave that neutral. So more or less don't think about the body mandala for a while. And instead visualize the Chunjung at your heart, and on your Chunjung you have the moon disk, and at this moon disk, and then you have the syllable, the palm and circle of the mantra, and on the four corner of the right and left, right? Those two corners of the reality source, you have the kakil or the blissful, and then you concentrate your mind inside it. They have your mind right inside the syllable of the palm and meditate. That it wouldn't work as long as it looks like a spectator and the speculation. It wouldn't work. So it has to be that you are within it, not like an observer and what is observed, but you yourself is right within that cerebral palm and the bliss worlds.
Tene de sa sona yede che ali tombo shajong zoring chi ti go tene yede che de rang de sim de pangi le shuba na ji pangi de nu sta de sab de rang tal yore ti ba mi ta ne kang gu jo ma dong chen de ne sa ji de na song de na ni de na gang tou du de ya lu bu ba jin song go de pa le ting han de oh yeah.
So and you have to bring your mind within that syllable letter, then you have to wish to the waist breathing, okay? Holding of the waist, waist-shaped breath holding. You have to do it either 2, 3, or 5, or 7, or 5, that accordance with the time you have. And next, then the holding your mind again on the syllable letter, then holding of the breath, waist-shaped breath holding, and then you read the syllable letter while you're holding the breath, and this is the mental recitation, second step.
Dene shajung zori sumba de kazon ishi babo de niwa tsa oma ji sanglo dong ne mene ya gaji gabu ji ya yu ine ma ma bu ji wa chi dong pe kazon po cho che ba ta sanglo dong de gabu ya yu ji ya ma bu mene ya yu gabu ine ma yu go re tsa tel gabu ne sa ji wo re ma bu ne sa mene re ya on ge ko la po cho che wa yin sa ko ni gaji lo sha ba re o de sanglo dong te pe shan de se bu yo re ya.
So next is the second step, second preparatory step, Dzogchen practice. Now this one, or second Dzogchen practice. Now this one is that you visualize the central channel, right? Central Sushma, and now this time we receive the white blissful from the top of one's head and that one from the navel and up, coming upwards. So during the one initiation, you had it the other way, that you had the red on top and white coming from the lower part of the body. Over there we reversed the order, but here now we have them in order to where the accordance with their location, where they are. So thus we received the white one from the crown of head and the red one from the lower part of the body, and they meet at the heart.
Dewa Jini Dando Mas Sanya Kato Bago, Ninga Rana Miba de Goma Mari, Timigoya Gares, Ninga Kato Miba Shibu de Sim Shuba Nashi Chena, Toba Machikone, Solun Shu, Niba Chavior, Ti Nyagayo, Chazan, Nigala, Salomaton Yadi, Mapo Junzentiri.
So now when we do this practice, we should lower our chunjung down to the navel, and especially like if one is trying to do the bliss, one should lower it even down at the secret organ. That the part of the reason why we try to lower the chunjung down towards the navel is if we do the practice mostly at the heart, then before we could see the realization, there's chances that we could go in Soglung. We can get lots of wind disease problem.
주저 니가라 상로 동고야 강가이베 세지 답사네 여 삼바체마도 베 제도년의 생슈바는 여리 뭐야데 지주여 말.
So
인조 류지 등캔게 류지 여르무 야부지 미바제 등여나 니가라 상로 가제 동네 소노 니가 여 말. 그 전로 친구 저장한 진지로 요래. 대마도 신 니가 여자 대 덕게 제거래. 어야.
So during our regular practices that where the requirement needs us to focus our attention at the center of our heart, that at the initial we work real hard on the visualization, and then we just in the later phase we can just think, it is there present, it is present there, and we can release a little bit of the concentration. Otherwise, there's really a big danger or the chances of getting the lung disease or lung disease and so on. That whereas the one who is very competent in the practices of the Hiruka Bhati Mandala, for those kind of the practitioner, there's not much of that danger. The reason that the practice itself being a very great resources of the blessings and so on, and especially one's nadis and elements being blessed by their practice, that how long or however hard or long one visualizes as center of one's heart, there's much less chances of contracting that kind of problem. Now we have concluded the 9 yogas out of 11 yogas. So now as we count sleeping and awakening and tasting of nectar, immeasurables, and Guru Yoga and generation of the oneself as deity and purifying the beings, blessing by the Viras and Viranis, and 9th that are yoga of the mental and verbal recitation, which is counted as 1. Now what we have is the inconceivable yoga and 11th yoga of the activities.
림조 자주 나라 대니 주식이 칭이요래. 칭이 현고 존나네. 텔레페요. 초가 또야 초가 코로나 다지 예버도 뭐이나 대니 주식 상요. 다지 리벌 내주 주식 상어래. 대니 주식 상요 말이. 다지 리벌 내주 주식 쇼지 말 내주 주식 상요 말이. 어야.
So so if you could know, then we should also know the Tini Jushi Ching. You can get the Tibetan down. Tini Jushi, the 14 Tini, or the, I don't know what to say about the Tini. So let's just have the title. There's 14 things or the 14 items in the Ching as the collection in the Decho practice, that which we should be present in a sadhana. In a long sadhana, we have all those 18 or 14 factors, whereas the shorter sadhana, we have the 11 yoga, but we do not have those 14, all 14. Whereas the shortest sadhana of the Vajrayogini, that do not even have the 11 yogas in them. If possible, we should have the all 11 yoga plus those 14
Nanju Juji la, Yan Dang Dang Dang, the Zinyans, Cousin Loving Ba, the Lolo Zugo, Jixi. The Yen Juji la Good and Chajanga la Sushiro and La Pubu Kurusiagi, CJ to Daji Gudi Yori, the Lolo Zugori.
So,
Jebu Jen and Nanju Chi Ma Dong do Cousin Nima Dombo Jen, Nanju Juji, Dongje, the Yen Juji Dongje, Tondu Dumi, Hongo Jason, Domola Sachi, CJ, the Ma Lame Son Yajo Jugori, Zia.
so that Tini Jushi, as I told you, there are 14 factors we can say, or 14 Tini is all right. So it starts with the dressing and 5 mudras. They are the second is 5 mudra. Actually, during our strict, serious teachings, that we don't only have to know them, but every session we have to recite those all together, the 11 yogas, and then those 14 thingies, and also these few verses from the Tongri Demi and so on, when we do the series, when we have the teachings, we have to recite them. Awesome.
That the Nimakajo. Major. They did you Nimakajo. There is a Kajo. Nimariba. Dojaji do it. Then did Naruchuru Shegure Suruchi.
Now we have the teachings of the 6 yogas of Naropa.
Naruchuru Gongo Yinani Ali Zorin Gongores.
If you are going to do the practice of the 6 yogas of Naropa, then first you have to do the practice of the Zogrim.
Zorin get so Dijo Luigi Zorin Rimanga Yore. How the Gongo can the
and amongst all the most important Zogrims, the most eminent one, for instance, like there are 5 stages of the Zogrim and the body mandala of the Heruka, that one has to do those Zogrims. And if not, if you choose to do through the Neljuma practice, you have to do the meditation on Neljuma Zogrim. And in the Neljuma Zogrim, that we have say teachings on the Sushma or the central psychic channel, and there's two types. Major and minor, they say. So there's a major Sushma, teaching on the major Sushma. That is something related with the Heruka, and that's not quite taught commonly, taught very frequently. Whereas the minor teachings on the Sushma, that is the very exclusive of the Vajrayogini itself, and it is very short. So, Tumo in the 6 yogas of Naropa, that is the principle. That is the principal yoga of the 6 yogas of the Naropa, and also the practice of the Zogrim, where one tried to direct all the wind inside the central psychic channel, and they work. So there's another 6 yoga called 6 yoga of the Ningo, a name of a Dagini called Ningo. 6 yogas of Ningo at that Dagini, that also begins with the first one is the Tumo. That they say the tumu is the foundation of the path.
밀라리바게 베 공자 주디 도무 공초야 돼. 내가 주르고 도무 배치리 돼 있는 라도스.
And the practice of the tumu maintained by the Milarepa, to me it appeared, I think that is the tumu accordance with the Ningo, 6 yogas of the Ningo.
다리산영은 말아서 주바스 그 나루 주르 공주 파다르자. 신의 루디요 말이스 단다. 지리 야부 지레디요 말이스. 신의 루디요 말이스.
So at our present, that all our practitioners, that let's not even talk about 6 yogas Narupa, but we do not even have our developing or the generation stages together. Not only generation stage, what speaker generation generation stage, but we do not even have the shine or the calm abiding shamatha.
다 공당에 셰토는 초딩지 초그레스.
If I can or if I have time, then we will have a session this evening, this afternoon.
다들 온하칠 되고 있어.
It will depend that how soon we finish the initiation.
주소 니바가도 소주기 찌레 소주를 안에 말아니다 제가들 쏘고 근데 너무 살려되고 있어.
And that one which is supposed to be at 2 o'clock, and if I could finish my prayer before 2, then we will have it at 2, if not about 2:30. It will depend that when I finish my prayers.
뭐야? 다 사실.
So,